Okay, so a couple months ago, I was in Florida on business, and I stopped at the International Mall in Tampa. They have an Art of Shaving there. It's the first Art of Shaving I've been to. You know, it was really nice. I didn't plan on it, but I ended up buying a round point straight razor from Theirs Issard from the Art of Shaving. One of the things they have you do while you're there is inspect your razor to make sure it's what you want before you buy, because all of their straight razor sales are strictly no return policy. So they have you inspect it before you purchase it and leave the store with it to make sure it's what you want. However, when you first get them, I don't know if this one's like that, but when you first get them, they're slathered in grease for protection purposes, you know, so they don't rust because they are carbon steel. And the one that I looked at was fairly, you know, the grease or petroleum product or whatever it was pretty thick on there, so I was trying to wipe it off to make sure, you know, it was what I wanted. Now, I think for the most part, by and large, the average consumer that comes to the Art of Shaving are, you know, for the most part, first-time shavers or inexperienced people as far as straight razors or wet shaving goes. At least that's what the retailer, you know, basically told me. So, you know, I got this guy talking in my ear, and I'm trying to inspect the razor to make sure it's what I want and that there's no, you know, nothing seriously wrong with it. Right off the bat, I noticed that there was some pretty serious heavy hone wear. This is the razor here. Some pretty serious heavy hone wear on the spine. I've never sharpened this razor. I've never honed it. And you can see, if I can get it to focus, and maybe you won't be able to see it, but there's you know, some pretty heavy factory hone wear on there, on the spine, on both sides. There, you can kind of see it right there. It's like that on both sides. They're very polished, thick, polished spot up on the spine there. Yeah. So, you know, I just thought maybe, you know, they had problems getting the blade geometry to work, and it was grinding due to that, and, you know, it was worked out, whatever. What I didn't notice until I got home was that on the very nose of this razor, on the very tip of the toe, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in here. Nah, it won't focus that well. It's hard running the camera with one hand and doing things with the other, but there's a crack in the nose that, you know, inevitably will cause rust and blah blah blah. So I didn't use the razor, I didn't want the rust to spread, and I contacted customer service. 2 months later, I finally get this in the mail, a new replacement razor, because they made an exception to the rule, you know, which was good. The customer service was pretty good. It was slow, but it was pretty good. Sent me a replacement razor. So this is the replacement razor. I just got it. It's from Theirs Issard, 5/8 round point, you know, basic black plastic or acrylic handles or whatever. This is your razor care guide and blah blah blah. So here we go. I'm going to open it up, inspect it to make sure that there's no additional factory defects. And that it is what I, in fact, wanted. You know, I was pretty upset about it because it's the first brand new razor that I had purchased. I've got plenty of vintage razors, as you can see. I've got several there, more in my den. A couple inside there. But this is the first brand new one that I had purchased. Same razor. You know, it doesn't appear to be as heavy fucking grind marks on the spine as what the other one had. But I can tell right off the bat that the grind, the cutting edge, heel to toe, has a bit of a frown. It does have a bit of a frown. You can kind of see it right there. Which, you know, the C135 steel is hard as a rock. And, you know, as much as I like these razors, the Art of Shaving is a good company. It's owned by Procter & Gamble. You know, as much as I like Theirs Issard and their razors, their steel is just hard as heck. So it's going to be a month of Sundays for me to get that frown out to make it, you know, nice and straight. Kind of surprised by how thick the bevel is on this for being brand new. So I'm going to spend a while honing this up, getting it ready to shave. I've got about 4 days growth, and I'm going to try it out. Talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye-bye.